I recently took a ride on a gondola in the Squamish, British Columbia area, and figured this would be a good opportunity to get some cool test footage using the DBPOWER EX5000 camera. Using a selfie stick, I was able to suspend the camera outside of the gondola window and get some pretty interesting footage as we went down. The test footage here just shows you a few different scenes to give you an idea of what the camera is capable of. You can see from the footage that it actually renders details like trees and rocks with pretty good sharpness and clarity, and that it does a pretty good job of properly exposing the scene, provided the sky doesn't take up more than about a quarter of the overall scene. Over here you can see my wife and I, just as we've reached the top of Mount Seymour in the Vancouver area. Again, the camera's doing a pretty good job of bringing out the details in the scene and showing the overall grandiose nature of it. This is just a pan of the camera to take in the overall view from the top. The video gives a good impression of depth, again, really getting the size and scope of the scene across to the viewer. However, you can see that with the mountains properly exposed, the sky becomes quite overexposed or blown out, with some gnarly looking colors in it. Next, I've thrown in some underwater footage just to show what that looks like. Keep in mind the water here is pretty murky, but that said, the footage actually looks quite good, impressive even for such an inexpensive video camera. Here's a cute little crab I managed to record while exploring some tidal pools in the Vancouver area. And here's a hermit crab messing around in the sand. You can see that it's not totally in focus, but I think this is simply because I'm closer than the minimum focusing distance of the camera, which appears to be about 1 foot or so. For this, I actually used the Wi-Fi feature of the camera, which was actually pretty cool since it allowed me to see what I was doing on my phone. Finally, I've included this water fountain footage just to demonstrate that when scenes are highly homogeneous, you can sometimes see compression artifacts. For example, look at the uniform parts of the sky or in the ripples of the water.